bug guts. Wash them off. Just so they can get plastered again in like 2 weeks. Okay, so today we're gonna finish up a few things on Dad's combine. We got one more thing to do, then it'll be ready to go. We gotta get up here to the inspection hatch on top of the throat. And this is where the end of the gathering chain is. And as you can see, hole here, here, all the way around. That keeps that, I guess, hatch in place. And right here, last year when we were taking it off to inspect some things, I twisted off one of these little things right here. They get driven in and they're threaded, so you just have to thread a bolt through the top and not have to worry about have a nut on the bottom. So I did it on this one. Let's see if I can't put you guys in here. Yeah, I've got a nut right here that I'm going to weld onto this piece to the actual throat. That way we don't have to have an end wrench on it. So that way we can thread this in and out without having to put an end wrench on here. So hopefully I can do that without catching things on fire.
So now on the bottom side, metric bolt, yep. I'm not sure what this plug goes to exactly.
Okay, so we're gonna start her up, get all the trash out of the back that fell down when we were in there working on it, make sure everything's working right. Open up our grain tank. See, we have rotor speed and fan speed. Speed up a little bit. So here's one thing we noticed when we started it up. This gathering chain bar here is broken, as you can see. I already had to bend one back. I think we must have taken in a rock last year when we were cutting beans, but fortunately these combines have rock traps, which is basically an area up in here that the rock falls into because it's heavy. Whenever it goes up in there, that way it didn't go through the machine. But like I said, I bent one of these back, got it going well, and then Dad saw that it was broken whenever I fired it up, which is why we fired it up, just to make sure everything's running correctly. So I'll get this yanked off and we'll put a new one on. Hey, Luke went and picked up a new gathering chain bar, so I'm gonna get this tightened on here real quick. Good as new. I think John and I are gonna call it a day. As far as equipment prep goes, we gotta go mow a couple of yards, or at least one. And then I think Luke's going to do a couple more things to his bean head, and then we'll be back here tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. Here's what we're working on first thing this morning is this feeder house chain, which is this right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, all connected by these bars. These links get worn out every, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years, something like that. So we got to replace this one. We've got one bundled up back there on the forklift. So I gotta first start out by loosening these connecting links, get those taken apart. This one up here. Then we'll get it slapped up there, hopefully without any problem. And we've done this 2 times already before on previous machines, so it's not too bad. Shouldn't take too long. And just like that, we got the gathering chain, new one put back on. And Dad and Jonathan are currently tensioning it back up. These nuts here have to be tightened so that way the spring is flush. This ball right here. And that will be it for that project. Good morning. Today is August 26th. Hot out today. It's gonna be like 85 or 86 or 7, something like that. So I'm wearing jeans just because, well, hello there. I'm wearing jeans because I'm servicing my combine. My combine in the shop there the last few days just because Matthew and Jonathan were doing other stuff. So we don't think we caught any of this on camera, but my combine, when I bought this last year, it came with a hopper topper. Right up there it says the Prairie Big Top. It's a combine hopper extension. Adds like 75 to 100 bushels of extra capacity. I took it off last year when I got the combine because you cannot fold the hopper down very well at all. It's a job. It takes like 45 minutes to get the thing folded down. So I was not happy with the capacity last year. I didn't think it would bother me too much, but I was constantly unloading on the go. So instead of buying a new hopper extension, I just put that one back on. So I will not probably be folding that hopper down. I'll just keep the combine parked in my shop all year basically, because it will not fit into this old shed, because these ceilings are like just under 14 feet tall and my shop is 18 foot. So, but anyway, changing the oil today. Looks like it's just about finished. A little drippage going on there. Isabella's helping me this morning. Yeah. Oh, for those of you, well, most of you don't know, but Isabella just received a new little brother last week. Braden August Taylor was born on Wednesday, August 17th. 9 pounds, 6 ounces, 22 inches long. So that is baby number 4 on the farm. 2 girls and 2 boys now. He and mommy are doing wonderful. What? 3 boys? No. Okay, well, if you count me and mommy. That's right, 3 boys and 3 girls. Family of 6. So, that's what we're doing today. Changing the oil, change the fuel filter, air filter, and this combine will be ready to go. This combine is relatively easy to service. Oil filter, fuel filter. I really like how they do the external filters on these older combines. This is a 2011 7120. The newer ones have the cartridge filters. I don't like those. They're kind of a pain. My tractor's got the cartridge filters, so this one's pretty easy, but there's a little valve down here, or a petcock, whatever you want to call it. Oh boy. That turns the oil off from the pan, so it's fully drained. Actually, you know what? Before I do this, I'm gonna pump a little clean oil through it, just to kind of get it rinsed out. Just a couple quarts to go ahead and rinse out any of the older oil that's still in there. You normally don't have to do this, but I don't know. Makes me feel better, I guess. That's good enough. This oil pan right here, I can't remember what it holds. I think it's like everything's in quarts and liters, since most equipment's metric now. The United States are the only weirdos that are on the standard system. I just assume everything go to metric. Every nut and bolt on this thing's metric anyway. So I think it's like 25 quarts or something like that. I honestly don't even know. That was easy. Didn't even need the wrench. I did cut 70 acres of wheat, which you guys saw in the last video or two. So that added another few hours. Doesn't look like this is gonna. Oh, that was actually pretty easy. Normally they leak like a son of a gun. You can see even after 100 hours how black the oil turns. So that's why we change it. Try to keep fresh lube in there for the engine. Try to make these things last as long as they can, because this equipment is not cheap. It's the fuel filter. We just change it once a year. Just catch anything that's going to leak. Like that. Yes.
No, it's too tall. I don't want you to trip and fall. You don't really need a wrench to tighten these up, but they say just hand tighten them, so I just lightly snug them. There's a wrench. Occasionally they will work loose. Now I'm going to fill it up with oil, about said like 6.6 gallons. So that's like 24 and a little over 24 quarts, 24 and a half quarts, something like that. This meter reads out in quarts is why I had to go by that. We'll stop it there about 23 and a half. I'll close the cap up, start the combine. Need to bleed the fuel filter. You just take this cap off here and loosen that little bleed nipple right there. That'll bleed out any air, and then it'll start it, let it run for a minute or two, and probably add another, I don't know, hopefully a quart and a half. Should be good to go. I went and turned the key on in the combine. You only have shoot fire. Is that not gonna fit? It's a 10 millimeter. Dang it. There we go. Hear the air come out. You only have so long. The fuel pump only runs for so long, so. Oh, there we go. A little squirtage going on. So that just filled up the filter. Well, if I can figure out which side this goes here. There we go. Got the air out of it, so now it should start. Well, that started right up, which is what we want. So now this one is actually an easy stick to read. You've got one little dot there, that's your full mark. One little dot there, that's your add mark. I'm checking the oil, I just changed it. My two girls are down there. In case you're wondering, I wasn't yelling at the camera telling you what I was doing. There's the dot, there's the oil. Okay, that should be close enough for now. It's about it's just a ½ inch down from the full line, so I don't want to overfill it. I'll check it after I run it for, 20-30 minutes, an hour, something like that, so should be good. Gonna throw a new engine air filter in. These things get really, really dirty, so we change them once a year, sometimes twice a year, just depends how bad they get. We blow them out almost every day in beans, every few days in corn. The bean dust is really bad, so I'm gonna put a new engine air filter in and a new cab air filter. This one actually gets really, really bad. Much worse than the engine filter, but it's not as big of a deal. You just blow it out every day. Keep the cab air and air conditioning and heat working good. New cab air filter, wrote the date and the engine hours down. These just go right here underneath the cab. This is what filters your air for your HVAC. It just goes right there in that canister right there. just like that.
Okay, so we're on the last few steps of our harvest prep. We got our semis in, got a decent amount of stuff to do to them. This is our second year with them. We kind of got them last year, we got them like a couple weeks after harvest started actually. So what we're doing to them today is a few different things. Jonathan is polishing. Luke is hand washing that one over there. This one was washed yesterday, and Dad is painting the rusty spots. So we're getting these things squared away. I'd say we're half done with what we need to do to them. Like I said, we power washed them, hand washed them, and polishing them. And then the main thing we have to do is put on these new fenders. And then we have new exhaust stacks in here. And then hub covers in there for both of the trucks and both of the trailers. So once we get that done, we can relax. Well, we gotta mow some ditches, some roadsides, and then we'll be ready to go here in a couple weeks. It is September 3rd.
Dad, why don't you give us some Bob Ross commentary? Just a little bouncing here.
That looks good.
Just a little happy tree. It's just a happy fifth wheel. Just a happy fifth wheel.
We also got the windows tinted on these, 35%. Nothing too crazy dark. Did that, a week ago. So, that's another cool thing we did. We're going to get ready to get some decals put on both trucks, and then numbers on both trucks and numbers on the trailers as well, I believe. So that'll be cool. Hopefully we get that done here shortly.
Bug guts. Wash them off. Just so they can get plastered again in like two weeks.
Okay, so here's what we're dealing with the fenders. These are the mounts. They go up against the frame like so, and they go up against your fender. We want to use an existing hole so we don't have to drill. So we're going to cut this one stud out and replace it with the studs that came with the fender mount. So I'm going to cut it out with a grinder. Good time lapse or not? Well, you need a bigger hand. Well, that wasn't too bad. Got it cut off and then pounded out. So gotta do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more times just on this one truck. But the bolts that came with the fenders are 5/8. That's probably half-inch hole maybe, so we're gonna have to go get us some good drill bits and drill it out, because I think all of our current drill bits are a bit worn. Well, it's now September 8th.
We're finally gonna be able to get these fenders put on. We had to take the trucks to a place a couple miles down the road to get the frames drilled out for the fender mounts. We went through 3 expensive drill bits trying to do it ourselves. So I said, no more of that. So that top one is one of the holes that we got drilled. Dad just painted it. So we're gonna get started on that. While we were waiting, we got the old chrome hub covers and lug nut covers put on. We had the front ones done a couple days ago. I don't remember, you guys may have seen that. But we get these done, and I think we're ready for harvest. We've been mowing roadside ditches past, say, yesterday and today, and then John and I just got done weed eating around all the telephone poles, but got to put that on standby because Luke blew out the black glass of the tractor. Something hit it, I believe, from the chopper. So Berkey's is gonna get us new glass ordered, get that put in. We will get the ditches done mowing probably one more day, and then we'll be ready to start harvest. So we will show you guys what exactly these fenders all entail to put together. Right. Here's what we're dealing with. Here is the fender holder, I guess you would call it, the bracket, one on each side, front and back. So they have them halfway snug on the frame. They can twist back and forth, that way we can get it mounted just right. So what we're doing is making sure that the fender is level left and right sides, and then we put the mounting brackets on, snug it down, call it good. Okay, so here's practically the finished product. Still have to tighten up these set screws here once we get the left and right figured out, and then put the caps on here. We'll be good to go. We have 1 of 8 done. So probably do another one tonight and then finish them tomorrow, but I think it looks pretty good. Well folks, that's all she wrote for this video. I do appreciate you watching. Like I said, we're gonna get those finished up. Finally got this video wrapped up. It took quite a bit of filming, I do apologize. But we got this video and then maybe one more before harvest. We've got probably 10 days or less, and we'll get that video out for you guys as soon as we start harvesting. So thanks for watching this video. Make sure you check us out on Instagram at Farming with the Taylors. Please like, comment, subscribe. See you next time.